Close your eyes and picture the perfect life that was sold to you in high school, the high-tier university degree, the stable corporate ladder, the suburban home with the white fence. We were told that if we just colored inside these lines, happiness and security would be waiting at the end. I followed that blueprint to the letter. I checked every box and hit every milestone on time. I became the success story my parents could brag about at dinner parties. But one morning, sitting in my office at 7:30 a.m., I looked at my reflection in a darkened computer screen. I realized I wasn't living a life. I was executing a pre-programmed script written by people who didn't know me. The standard path isn't a roadmap to fulfillment. It's an assembly line designed to produce reliable taxpayers. I had traded my curiosity for stability and my passion for a pension that feels further away every year. Most people are suffering in silence because they feel guilty for being unhappy with a good life. In the next 30 minutes, I am going to peel back the curtain on why the safe path is now the riskiest move you can make. We'll explore the psychological cost of linear living and how it suffocates the human spirit. This is the tactical autopsy of a mistake I spent 15 years making so that you don't have to. Welcome to the Hive, where we stop performing for the world and start building for ourselves. The standard path relies on one powerful drug: social approval from a young age. We are conditioned to seek the gold star from authority figures. We choose majors we don't like to please parents and jobs we hate to impress peers. We buy houses we can't afford because that is what adults do at a certain age. But social approval is a currency that loses its value the moment you step into the privacy of your own mind. The mistake I made was valuing the opinion of the tribe over the reality of my own daily experience. I was winning according to the scoreboard of society, but I was losing the war for my own time. The corporate ladder is leaning against the wrong wall for most of us. By the time you reach the top, you realize the view isn't what you were promised. You find yourself surrounded by people who are just as tired, just as trapped, and twice as cynical. The path is designed to be a one-way street where the further you go, the harder it is to turn around. Let's look at a story to understand how this trap closes. The story of a colleague we'll call David. David was a brilliant architect who dreamed of building sustainable, off-grid communities, but David followed the standard path and took a high-paying job at a massive commercial firm. At first, the salary was great. He bought a luxury SUV and a condo in the city. Then came the lifestyle creep. His expenses rose to match his high income. He got married and bought a house that required a 30-year commitment to a massive mortgage. Suddenly, David couldn't leave the job he hated because he was a prisoner of his own success. His dreams of sustainable architecture were replaced by the reality of designing parking garages for corporations. He was trapped by golden handcuffs. The salary was too high to quit, but the work was too hollow to enjoy. David's mistake wasn't taking the job. It was letting the standard path dictate his overhead. He became a servant to his own possessions, working 60 hours a week to pay for a house he only slept in. This is the whole picture. The system gives you just enough success to make you too afraid to leave. If David's story sounds familiar, do subscribe to the Honey Hive. We are building a community to escape the assembly line. Smash the like button to help this message reach those trapped. Your support helps us build blueprints for autonomy. The biggest lie is that a standard career is safe. AI, global shifts, and economic volatility have made job security a relic of the past. When you follow the standard path, you put 100% of your survival in the hands of one entity, your employer. If that entity fails, or decides you are redundant, your entire world collapses. The safe path is actually a single point of failure system. True safety comes from anti-fragility, multiple streams of income and skills the market can't ignore. I realized that by being a good employee, I was neglecting my duties as a free individual. I had no assets that I owned, no platform of my own, and no plan B. The mistake was thinking that compliance was the same thing as security. It's time to stop betting your entire life on a system that sees you as a line item on a spreadsheet. Correcting the mistake doesn't mean quitting tomorrow in a rage. It means starting a shadow mission while on the clock. You must begin to decouple your identity from your job title. Start building permissionless assets, content, code, or commerce that works without a boss. Aggressively lower your cost of survival so that you regain the power of walking away. The moment you don't need the paycheck to survive, the power dynamic of your life shifts instantly. You move from being a subject of the standard path to being the sovereign of your own time. This is the Honey Hive way, building a fortress in the shadows until you are ready to step into the light. The result of walking away from the standard path is a terrifying beautiful sense of agency. You no longer wake up to fulfill someone else's quarterly goals. You wake up to solve problems that matter to you and the people you care about. Your success is no longer measured by a title, but by the number of hours you own in a day. The mistake of the standard path taught me one vital lesson. Life is too short to be a supporting character in someone else's dream. The white fence and the corporate ladder are someone else's definition of winning, not mine. If you're ready to admit the safe path was a mistake and want a new way, subscribe to the channel, join the Hive, and let's start building a life that actually belongs to you. Stay quiet, stay hungry. I will see you in the next deep dive.